right, we are live. Welcome, Karin, to another 5 episodes or 5 questions episode. Karin, you are in beautiful Austria, did you say?
Austria, yes.
And I picture you being surrounded by beautiful mountains.
Yeah, the beautiful mountains and the woods and the lakes. I love it.
And the horses. You've got.
And the horses.
How many horses do you have?
I have 2 horses.
Awesome. Awesome. And you've been studying this law of attraction stuff for a while. You've got your own coaching practice. So I'm excited to see what kind of questions you've come up with. Do you want to go ahead and get started?
Yeah, we can start. I'm ready.
Awesome. Awesome. Fire away.
Hi there, yes.
What do you have for me? What's your first question?
So my first question is, I know that it's very important to keep the focus. Yeah, and I know it's so important when you have a desire and when you think on your desire that you let it go. So, but how can I find the right balance between keeping the focus and let it go?
So the key thing that comes to mind is getting yourself to a place where you're still focused, but you're focused for a different reason. So most people who are trying to manifest are focusing on that desire with the intent to make it show up, right? So basically they're practicing this vibration of, I'm going to focus to make this thing that's not here show up. I'm going to focus to make this thing that's not here show up. I'm going to focus to make this thing that's not here show up. So when you're doing that, what vibration do you think people are practicing?
Yeah, lack.
Right.
That it's not here already, yeah? That it's not manifested.
Exactly. So it's not so much that people are focusing too much or not focusing enough. It's the energy and intent behind the focus. So what you want to do when you think about your desire, you want to think about your desire from the underlying energy of focusing on that desire, not to make it show up, but for the pure enjoyment and the pure pleasure of that dream and of that desire. Have you heard me talk about how I manifested my way onto that mega yacht back in March?
Yes, I heard it, yeah.
Yeah, and all I did, I wasn't intending to manifest my way onto a mega yacht. All I was doing was watching YouTube videos and taking pleasure in the existence of these mega yachts. How much fun it would be to stand on one, and how much fun it would be to explore it. And really, all it took for that desire to manifest was just me dreaming up of the desire from the energy of the pleasure of the desire itself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. So when you have the feeling, yeah, this embodiment, is it right? Is this embodiment? So when you feel it, when you are in this situation, and this is milk the momentum, is it right?
Yeah. Just making pleasure that priority, right? Really just milking how good that dream feels. Enjoying the dream for the dream rather than the energy of, I have to have it. It's got to show up. I can't be happy until it shows up, which is where most people are, right? And most people, the reason they have that desire is because they want that desire in some way, typically to bring relief or to bring you to a better feeling place, right? And if you can get to that better feeling place without that desire and take pleasure in the desire just for the sheer pleasure of the desire itself, that's really what's going to let it in.
So, but this is exactly what I experienced, especially the last days. I make all the things unconsciously. And that's my challenge now, because I want to learn it. I want to understand it. I want to know what I'm doing. So this is sometimes things show up in one day. So
Yeah,
fast. It comes so fast.
and those things that show up that fast, it's typically the things that we're more detached about, right? Where you say something in passing, oh, I wish I had this thing that would be really nice. And then like you don't give it much thought and you don't give it much focus. Because like the thought and the focus as we're having this discussion is making me realize and wonder, I think most people are over focusing. I think most people are blocking the desire because the focus, the amount of focus they're putting into it, because they're coming at it from that place of that thing isn't here yet.
Yeah, and because they have such a strong focus, they block it, right?
Absolutely. And it's not the focus that blocks it, it's the attention to the fact that it's not here yet that blocks it as they're doing that focus.
Yeah, because the focusing so strong creates a lack, right?
Depends on the energy you're coming at it from, right?
Yeah,
So if you're
yeah,
laying by the pool, if you're really relaxed, if you're not feeling any desperation for something, and you don't care whether it's going to show up tomorrow or in a year from now, and you're just focused on it and you're in pleasure and you've got that strong focus, then it could show up within a couple of days. But if the focus comes from a place of discomfort where I need that money to show up, I need that money to show up, I need that money to show up, that's a very different energy of focus, and that's the one that causes resistance.
yeah. Yeah, that's it. Because I had such a good time last weekend, and I needed a new office, and yeah, I think 3-4 days later, I got the key from a new office.
Totally. And
Mhm.
you probably had no feelings of like desperation for that office, right?
No, no,
Yeah,
no. I just knew I want that style. I want it in this place. I want all the people around me. Yeah, and here we go. I have it.
it's funny how sometimes it's so easy. Manifestation is so easy, yet it's so hard. It's a fun game to play. What
Yeah,
other?
I made a trip with my horse for 2 hours up in the wood. No thinking, just get out of the head.
Totally,
Yeah,
totally. Out of the energy of the problem.
and this is really a thing. This is a part. Um, it was special for me, the experience, how easy it can be. Yes, just in having fun, that something manifests so fast. Yeah,
Totally.
great.
Awesome. Great
Yeah.
job. What's your next question? What else do you have on your list?
Yeah, my next question is I know money is a frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah. Relationship with a partner is also a vibration, a special vibration. And I know both is a relationship. And what has the relationship to money in common with a relationship to a partner? Because I
So,
have a little bit so my troubles with both of them.
okay. And so we all have our attraction point, right? So everything in our reality is a reflection of what we have going on in our attraction point. So with money, you're going to have things specific to money. With relationships, you're going to have things specific to relationships, but you're also going to have things that apply to both of those. So for example, if you've got feelings of not good enough, then your money situation might reflect not good enough, and your relationship situation might reflect not good enough. So one way to identify if it's the same thing or different things is just to ask a few probing questions. So do you want to dig in a little bit and see what we can maybe identify?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, perfect. So right now, are you in a relationship or are you single?
I'm single.
You're single, okay? And how many past significant relationships would you say you've been in?
Um, 3.
3, okay? And did you ever notice a pattern in the people you would attract in relationships?
A pattern. Yeah, I left the first relationship. My boyfriend left me, and my husband. I left my husband, and the last relationship also I stopped.
Okay. So if you go to the most recent one, what was the worst or the hardest part about that relationship? Was he controlling? Could you never do what you wanted? Was he very judgmental? If you had to kind of identify one common challenge or struggle in that relationship, was he maybe closed up emotionally? Does something come to mind?
No, not so close. I always had the feeling they had not, especially with my husband. I had my divorce 7 years ago. He had not the time for me that I wanted.
Okay, so he was never there for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And the fact that he was not there for you, what emotion does that trigger? Does that trigger a feeling of not good enough, unworthy, abandoned? If you had to pick an emotion to go along with him not being there for you, what would you pick?
The feeling I was not so important for him.
Perfect. Okay. And that was with your marriage.
Yeah.
So kind of an unworthy, unimportant feeling.
Yeah, unworthy. Yeah.
Okay.
My
And
last relationship also. Yeah.
unworthy.
Yeah, I see the pattern now. Yeah.
Perfect. So now that we see the pattern and it's this feeling of unworthiness, is it possible that there could be a feeling of unworthiness when it comes to the money too?
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
My guess is probably. Okay. So,
Probably.
so this unworthy for you, that's what I call a dominant negative emotions. Most people have 1 to 3 of these dominant negative emotions. There's another process that I use called the attraction point audit that we usually do to identify all of these things, but we did a little quick version here, and for you what came up was unworthy. So I would say that that is the dominant thing getting in your way of relationship and money success. Do you want to try doing a little bit of clearing work on it?
Yeah.
How to clear the unworthy feeling? Are you familiar with the belief tree process?
Yes.
Are you in
Yes,
the
I know
collective?
it.
Are you in the collective?
Yes, I'm in the collective. Yeah.
Awesome. Have you done the belief tree process on the unworthy feeling?
Oh, I did it a lot of times. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you do it specifically on unworthy?
Yes, I tried, but I didn't get the results that I expected.
Yeah, and that's why it's easier with the practitioner, somebody else guiding the session. So let's give it a try and see what we can do with it real quick.
Okay.
So that unworthy feeling, 0 to 10, how strong is it?
I guess it's 9.
9. Okay. And I feel unworthy because first thing that pops in your head.
Maybe I'm not good enough.
Okay, so I feel unworthy because I'm not good enough. And 0 to 10, how strong is the I'm not good enough?
Oh, 9.
9. Okay. And the first thing that pops in your head when I say I feel like I'm not good enough because
I just learned a simple job. I didn't go to the university. I didn't study anything. So my school education is, yeah.
it's not what society says you should do.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's
So,
not that what everybody expected from me.
okay. So it's not what others expected.
Yeah.
Okay, so the work that I do has nothing to do with my degrees or any of the stuff I took in education. Does that automatically mean that I'm not good enough?
No.
So why does it mean you're not good enough?
Yeah, that so funny because I know it in my consciousness. Yes, I know it. And I can't understand why it always pops up.
Okay, but you still feel it.
Yeah, I still feel it. Yeah.
Okay, so first thing that pops in your head, I feel this way because, don't try to think it, just feel it. I feel this way because,
I'm not so successful like I wanted to be.
so I'm not where I want to be.
Yeah.
So you're taking 2-hour horse rides on your horse. You live in a beautiful place. You've got beautiful energy. I'm guessing you're probably a pretty happy person. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I am.
To me, that sounds like you're more successful than 95% of society. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
So can we throw out this bullshit that you're not successful?
Yeah, I think so.
You've been doing
Probably. Yeah.
you've been doing coaching for 10 years and you're obviously good at that if you've been helping people for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so can we agree that you being not successful doesn't make sense?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Good,
That's right.
good. So this not good enough feeling, is it still a 9 or is it shifting some?
No, there's a big shift. Yeah.
Good. What number would you give it now?
3.
3. Good. And I still feel like I'm not good enough because
Oh, because I don't earn the money that I want.
so anybody who hasn't earned the money that they want is automatically not good enough?
No.
You're going to have to find a better excuse than that.
Okay.
So can you
Yeah.
I
Maybe
want you
it's also bullshit. Yeah.
I want you to notice that every reason that your inner critic is giving you to make you believe that you're not good enough is bullshit. Not good enough for you doesn't make sense. Can you
So the
take
first thing that now pops up in my head is because I couldn't realize my dream right
you
now.
so
Because I
everybody
have a dream the last years and I couldn't manifest it till today.
just because you weren't there yet doesn't mean you're not good enough.
No.
I want to have trained practitioners doing this work in every country on this planet. I want 100 practitioners doing this work in the next 12 months. I'm not there yet. The program doesn't launch for another 2 weeks. Does that mean I'm not good enough?
No.
No. Good. So still a 3 or does it feel like it's pretty much gone?
No, it's pretty much gone.
Because I know
Yeah,
you're
that's
good
right.
enough. I know you're good enough. Your inner being knows you're good enough. I'm sure you've got lots of friends who know it, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Good. So this unworthy feeling, is it still a 9?
No.
What number would you give it now?
2.
2. And I still feel like I'm unworthy because
I don't know.
I don't have any validation, any reason.
No, there's no reason. Nothing
Good.
pops up in my head. So I think it's probably gone.
Good. So now can you take a second and anchor in, feel in all of the cells in your body how worthy you really are? Because your inner being would not create a version of you that's not worthy. Not possible. You are
Yeah, that's great.
absolutely worthy. Can you feel it?
Yeah, it's a great
Awesome.
feeling. Yeah,
Good. You feel lighter now?
much lighter.
Good. Let's see if we can squeeze in one more question.
All right. So, um, how can I support my femininity, or how do you say it? Is it right? Feminine side. Yeah. I want to be more feminine, and also I have many clients. They want to be more feminine. They
Okay.
want to show it, in the outside. They want to be really women. And how can I support this with the law of attraction?
So right now, if you could measure how feminine you're allowing yourself to be, 0 being you're fully allowing it, 10 being you're completely resisting it, where would you say you fit on that 0 to 10 scale?
Um, I think it's between 2 and 3.
Okay, so you're all the way down to a 3, which is really good because you're most of the way there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
worked a lot on this challenge.
good. So the only reason you're not at a 0 is because there's a part of you that feels like maybe it's unsafe to be at a 0.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah.
So here's a probing
But
question. Here's a probing question we can try. If I fully allowed myself to be that version of me, that's completely feminine, as much as I want to be, how does that feel unsafe? What's the worst thing that could happen?
a part of me says it could be that somebody hurts me.
Okay, so that's the resistance. That's the block that's preventing it, right? So let's see
Mm-hmm.
if we can play with that really quick. So I feel like somebody will hurt me because,
Maybe in some situations I'm not strong enough.
and I feel like I'm not strong enough because,
When I'm too feminine,
do you think,
everybody can look inside of me. I don't know if I want this.
and does that feel like it's unsafe?
No, not really unsafe. No.
It's about being vulnerable. Is that what you mean by looking inside of you?
Yeah, maybe it's the part of me that says, yeah, if everybody can look inside of me, this getting hurt. Yeah.
So there's a fear that other people might reject you.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody who judges is going to judge. So for me, the work that I do, I've got people who think I'm an idiot, that I shouldn't teach this stuff, that it goes against religion. I've got people who judge me for the work that I do, and I've got people who praise me for the work that I do, right?
Yeah.
Should I stop doing this work because of the people who reject it and who judge it?
And no way. No.
So should you stop being the authentic you for the people who might judge it?
No. In no way.
Because I can guarantee you there is more people who are going to love the authentic you more than the ones that are going to reject it. And it's all going to come down to your vibration, right? So if you're vibrating
Yeah.
at a place of worthiness and good enoughness and safety, and you're seeing all the people who praise you, then no matter who you choose to be, that's what you're going to attract. So all of those people who reject and who judge, it's not about you needing to be somebody to please them. It's about you choosing to be your authentic you and being a vibrational match to letting in the people who are going to love the you that you really are.
Yeah. And I know it's very important to be authentic.
Absolutely, because
Especially, yeah.
the more authentic you are, the more you're going to be connected to your inner being.
Yeah. Is it right when somebody is really tough, that you are not so connected to your inner being, not so connected to your soul?
I would say
Is
somebody
there
I would say somebody who is like really tough, like I think the way you're saying, is somebody who has a lot of fear.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People who bully, they bully because they're very afraid and because they have low self-confidence or self-worth.
Yeah. So that's the part they show to the others, but then inside, yeah, they have a lot
Yes.
of fear.
And you, by being you authentically, even if it's triggering other people, you know what? It's exactly what they need. Because you triggering them is going to bring up to the surface in them what they need to deal with.
Oh, that's the reason why I had in the last month a few, many people. Yeah, they criticized me,
Yeah, let them.
especially at work, especially in that what I'm doing with the horses and the coaching. And oh, this critic was really sometimes hard for me.
Yeah, and that's got nothing to do with you. It's all about them and their inner stuff that they have going on that they
Yeah.
need to work through. You're doing them a favor by shining a light on them, what it is that they need to work on for themselves. And maybe they'll work on it for themselves, or maybe they won't, but that's none of your business.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm the mirror for them, like the horses for me. Oh,
Absolutely.
that's pretty nice. Oh, I love it. I have to write it down.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you for playing with me, Karen.
Oh, I say thank you, Nick.
Awesome. This was a
Thank
lot
you.
of fun.
That was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.